you guys, welcome to Cancerian Chronicles. This is Misty, and we are back for I think we're on day 28. Yes, day 28 of our Level Up Your Life series for my beautiful Cancerians. Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising, North Node. Really, if you have Cancer anywhere in your chart, the messages may in fact resonate. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started and see what the energy is or what the advice is for Cancer with what we need to know, what we need to do to make sure that we are leveling up our lives, okay? This is all about improvements, self-improvement, doing things better, right? So the first card that pops out, we have balance. And it looks like someone, well, there are some ones, right? There are several people that are starting to feel a certain type of way or feeling that things are unfair, but it's kind of like the more balanced you become, the more that you're able to rein in your emotions. Really what it is that people are no longer able to take advantage of you, and it just really doesn't work to their benefit, right? So we have acceptance right here. And there is some element of people just kind of struggling to accept like this newer version of yourself. And that's something that you're going to have to be prepared for. The more balanced you become, so we have bittersweet here at the top, right? Because, on one end, you're more balanced, but on the other end, you're going to have a lot of people that are going to feel a certain type of way. I was hearing something about they're going to come for you, but not in a way that you need to really be afraid of. I really feel like these are people that they're going to try to push your buttons somewhat to prove that you're the same person, that you have not changed. And I kind of see like someone throwing a temper tantrum, right? They don't want you to change. They don't want you to be more balanced, because someone benefits. Someone benefits when you are emotionally unstable. And that's what you need to know. Yeah, we have rejection that came out here, and I'm looking at, you can see the kind of spirits or the ghosts there, and it really feels like with this one that it's like you're rejecting, so you're being required to reject those past habits, those past people that are not serving you. But they're still there, right? They're still going to try to convince you. I'm hearing something about y'all trying to make me go back to the old me or something like that. So they're going to try to convince you to let down your guards and to go back to the way that you were, or whatever version of you that they think you should be, right? Yeah, we have enlightenment at the bottom. Someone doesn't like your being enlightened, but not only that, with all of this yellow, which makes me think of solar plexus chakra, which has to do with your confidence. There are people that they just don't like that level of confidence that you may have. I'm actually hearing it looks good on you. So no matter what other people are saying or thinking or feeling or doing as it relates to you being more comfortable in your skin and with who you are, like that, you're on the right path. It doesn't matter if other people don't like it or they don't feel good about it. Yeah, we have prayer here at the top, and it's kind of like just making sure, just always check in. You know what is right for you. You don't have to rely on like what other people have to say with who you are, right? I'm hearing something about judging a person's character. So there might be people that are trying to place certain judgments on you. Oh wow, place certain judgments on you, because really it is an attempt to get you to change your ways, to change who you are, right? To fit in with whatever narrative they may have about you. And what popped out is gossip, right? We have gossip here. And for anyone that may have like needed external validation in the past, gossip, or worrying about what people think or say about you behind your back may have been something that kind of bothered you in the past. But when it comes to you leveling up, like, I'm getting the sense of like I'm hearing you ain't seen nothing yet, right? Because essentially it may have not felt good when you had to deal with those people or those situations, but you have to understand that the more that you level up, the more gossip that you may have to face. And so you had to experience what you had to experience because once you level up, there's going to be even more of that. But the only difference is that it's not going to affect you. It's not going to impact you. You're not going to be sitting around worried about what other people say, think, do, feel, right? Or how they act. Let me see. So, yeah, at the bottom, we have discovery here. And yeah, so this is basically what we were talking about. At the top, we have growth, right? You have learned. It's kind of like you have weathered the storm and you have learned to grow in spite of. I'm seeing that rose that grew out of concrete, right? So the circumstances may have been tough. The environment may have been a little bit rough, but it made you that much more stronger. I'm hearing Beyonce, I'm a survivor, I'm not gonna give up. So I'm hearing that. So whoever you are, I'm hearing one tough cookie. So someone is definitely very resilient, is what I'm getting. Yeah. But we have, when I split the deck, we have completion here, and I'm getting the sense of like this is a death to the old you. You are being asked to move on and move forward to a new version, essentially to like another timeline, so to speak, because that's going to be in your best interest. And this is going to get you to where it is that you're trying to go, the life that you're wanting to live, right? Okay, so let's keep going. Messages for Cancer. Okay, so yeah, we have the sun, and right behind it, we have storm warning. So, hi Grace, how are you? Some of you guys need to know that like there are going to be like ups and downs. There might be. It's not like it's not like you're not going to experience any type of turmoil. But what I'm getting is that you're always going to be able to see kind of the light at the end of the tunnel. You're always going to be able to see the positive. And so where someone else or previously you may not you may have allowed something like this to knock you down in the past. You're being asked to look for the just the positive in every situation, and that is falling under balance. That's what's going to keep you balanced, right? At the bottom, we have strategy here. So you may want to come up with like, some type of mantra or some type of ritual or routine that it's kind of like a go-to kind of a script for, when things take a turn, right? When things are not going the way that I expected, this is what I'm going to do to stay balanced, right? So it might include something with like you writing in a journal, you doing some meditation, some prayer, whatever it is that works for you. But there's some type of ritual or something that you're being asked to do, and that's going to keep you in balance no matter what, right? So, I know like a lot of people like to use the quote about, no weapon formed against me shall prosper, right? And yeah, that's true. But but what people don't want to realize is that you're still gonna have like people are gonna try to form weapons, right? People are gonna try to come against you. There are gonna be situations that are out of our control or things don't go the way that we really want them to. And so the goal is not for, everything to always be smooth sailing. The goal is for you to stay emotionally balanced at all times, see the positive so that you can quickly pivot out of that energy and into something that is, more of a blessing essentially for you, like seeing the blessing. I'm trying to say blessing and lesson at the same time. The blessing in every lesson, right? And at the top, we have the first chakra, which is Archangel Michael, which is about like security and stability. So, again, like this is coming up with your own little routine, mantra, something ritual that, like, when things start to get a little rocky, like this is your go-to to stay balanced. That is your strategy, right? For some of you guys, I split the deck and it was man holding a coin. For some of you guys, there's something to do with like making sure that you have like kind of a plan in place, like for your finances. Not because something bad is going to happen to your finances, but it's like it feels like someone just kind of likes that extra sense of security and stability. And so it's really just for your own emotional well-being, right? So that you're not anxious, or I'm here, I ain't worried about nothing. So that you're not worried about things, because that's not the energy that you necessarily want to be in. Okay. Okay. So let's see what else. Oh gosh. Yeah, we have attachment, we have blossoming abundance, and we have door to spirit. So I'll show you that. We have attachment. Underneath that, we have blossoming abundance, and then we have door to spirit. And so I know this card might look a little bit creepy sometimes, but really what I'm getting is this is falling under balance, right? And so I was talking earlier about the guidance for you to level up has to do with making sure that you're able to stay emotionally stable at all times. And I've talked about it earlier in our series, in our 30-day series, but that's the energy that I'm getting here, is that your abundance and your ability to manifest, to bring in abundance, and whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, love, like whatever you're trying to bring in for yourself, it really depends with this attachment. It really does depend on you staying emotionally balanced, on you staying like having, I'm hearing unwavering faith, right? So that's something that someone needs to know, right? Because there's some type of connection. It has something to do with your connection with your spiritual and your physical, making sure that there is no separation. There's something about separation. Yeah. At the bottom, we have the fifth chakra, which is Archangel Gabriel. And at the top, we have fourth chakra, which is Archangel Raphael. And that really, like, so the fourth chakra, excuse me, has to do with the heart. Also, it can have to do with like money, with all that green, finances. And then the fifth chakra is about your voice, like speaking up, like the throat. It's the throat chakra. And I'm really getting the sense again with this balance and what I was saying, like, what you manifest in, what you bring in, your, just the kind of the way that your life goes, it depends on staying emotionally balanced and making sure that what you're what you're feeling in your heart and what you're speaking out loud, making sure that it is completely aligned, right? So you can't kind of like in your heart, you're saying, I believe in my heart that this is going to manifest for me, that I'm going to have love. But then you're speaking out and saying, oh, they're no good men. Oh, they're no good women. You have to make sure that what you are feeling and what you are speaking and essentially what you are thinking, making sure that they all align, right? You can't, talk about how you feel like you're blessed and you are abundant and you're meant to be wealthy, and then at the same time speak out of your mouth that, you never have any money and you're always broke. So it's just kind of like, for some of you guys, just knowing that, things happen. We're human, right? But if you say something like that, like I'm broke, or well, maybe I don't have all the money that I want right now, but soon it's coming, and and just kind of it's kind of like repaint your story, rewrite that story. Um, because that is what you're manifesting. Like what you're saying today is manifesting what you're going to have or what you're going to bring in tomorrow, and so just kind of be mindful of that. Yeah. Okay, so let's keep going. So now we're on that second card, which was rejection. Yeah. And so we have anxiety that came out with that rejection, with that initial rejection card. And, this one I talked about, people trying to, potentially, like they're not, some people are not going to like the new version of you. They're not going to like the new you. And for some of you, if it makes you feel anxious, I'm getting the sense of like just separating yourself completely from those people because you already know that they're not your people. I'm also getting the sense of that, some of them are going to be anxious because, again, like I said at the beginning, some people are not going to like the new version of you because they can't manipulate the new version of you. They can't, get you to do things that work in their favor, that necessarily, that sometimes it's like it's a disservice to you, but you still do it because, out of the kindness or the goodness of your heart, or something that you were taught about, it's always better to give than to receive, and blah blah blah, right? So when you start looking more or balancing more your emotional state, um, and just really your entire life in general, some people are just not going to like that, right? And they're still going to try to tempt you and to try to get you to go back to your old ways, right? We have all tied up. So this feels, this feels like, someone trying to tie you or tether you to your past, to, again, like I said earlier, to the past version of you, to the version of you that they have in their head. And I'm hearing something about satisfaction. So you're not meant to give them that satisfaction. Yeah. And what do we have at the top? Yeah, that's, we have the temple path here. So you are on your own journey. You have been on your own journey, and you're going to essentially like a better place. This is a place where you're completely happy with who you are, and the people that are surrounding you and around you, they're accepting you for who you are, essentially. So that's, yeah, like you're surrounding yourself with your people, with this happy family. You're meant to surround yourself with your tribe, to find your tribe. Well, the so it's a general read. So for each of you, it could be something different. But typically, when people are able to manipulate you, because, like, for example, you're like an over have an issue with setting boundaries, you have an issue with saying no, that's actually like, that's going to be throughout all aspects of your life. That's going to be with your friends, you doing things with your friends that maybe you don't want to do because you don't want to say no. That's you working, like doing more work, or staying late at work because you don't want to say no, because you have an issue with telling people no. And in your romantic relationships, it's going to be the same thing, right? People are able to kind of walk over your boundaries or your needs, or whatever, because you haven't really set any, or you're not really standing on them. So typically, when you are kind of easy to manipulate, or people like you come across as being easy to manipulate, you're going to actually see that kind of bleed over in all aspects of your life, right? Okay, so let's keep going. And I'm getting like, some of you guys have to know that, like, when people don't like the new version of you, or people don't like that they can't kind of get over on you, they're going to say things to trigger you, right? And it's kind of like a sense of like them gaslighting you. They might talk about, how you changed, but, they make it sound like a negative, like they're not happy about your changes. You're going to have people, they might say that you're like, you're being conceited, that you need to be humble, that you're just not the same. Like they're going to say things to try to trigger you, because if you've had to heal a sense of like needing outside validation before, and so previously maybe you would do things to kind of like fix it or make people happy, they're going to keep picking at that and pecking at that, because they think that they're going to get you to, like they're going to get to break down those walls, and you're going to go back to the old you. And the guidance is for you to stand firm in this new version of yourself. This is about making sure that everything that you're saying and doing, it aligns with the type of life that you want to live, right? There are going to be people that they're going to try to keep you in your head with this thinking man. So let's see what else we have. Oh, geez. Yeah, wow. We have under this rejection, we have anxiety, and now we have hostilities. So, and I talked a little bit about that earlier, like, the more that you level up, the more that you improve your life, you're just going to have people kind of coming at you. Um, and some things that they say, they just might not be so friendly, but, some of them are going to be kind of maybe not that blatant, because I'm hearing something about like the audacity. Some people are not going to be able to just flat out tell you, whatever negative thoughts they're thinking. So you have to kind of be on the watch for people like being kind of passive aggressive. I'm hearing something like, here she comes, here she comes. So like some of you guys, you're going to be able to tell, just like their mannerisms are going to change, and you're going to notice that. So I'm not sure that, like, I don't think you would really face like someone like charging at you, because I think they're going to know that they can't quite get away with that, or it's kind of like they know that you're going to cut them out of the picture, like you're going to reject them completely if they come with that outwardly hostile behavior. So they're going to kind of tread lightly in that sense, but they're still going to kind of try to pick away at some of your thoughts and get you to doubt what you're doing, right? So the next one that we have is Angel of Strength, and this is coming out under Gossip. And here we go with the Temple Path at the bottom. And at the top, we have Caring Connections. And I'm getting the sense of like, in spite of that, like just stay strong and continue to move forward, to press forward along, on your journey. Because you are going to start to encounter, you're going to start meeting, friends and, romantic partners or whatever it is that you're seeking, that really do care and appreciate you for who you are, right? I split the deck and we have patience. So some of you guys just need to know to just be patient, right? It may not happen overnight. You may not just, wake up with, 100 new friends, right? Not that you would want that, because that's not typically, that typically leads to a lot of drama. But I feel like some of you guys are about to just kind of have a whole new social circle surrounding you that truly support you. For some of you guys that may feel like you've been outcast or something like that. I'm hearing something about the lone wolf, someone feeling like they've been just kind of alone since they've started on some path or something like that. Yeah, and we have action, right? So with this action under gossip, I'm getting the sense of like really, and that I'm looking at the 17 now. The 1 and 7 is 8, which has to do with like cycles. And I'm getting the sense of like once you find out that, you know, people are saying, like if someone's saying something about you, gossiping about you, making things up about you, that's kind of like you might feel a certain type of way about that. But the positive to that is that you're getting to see a person for who they really are and how they really are. And it's going to give you just the boost that you need to take action to kind of eclipse them out of your life, to get them out of your life, because they really are not serving you anyway. They really were not really meant to be there anyway, right? So, because your goal or what you're doing is you are taking action and you're moving forward towards, at the top, we have that happy family. So, we're seeing the happy family again, because that's really what you were destined to have all along, right? Okay. Let's see what else we have. Hi, Homer. How are you? I'm not seeing all of the comments. I'm trying my phone. And you guys, as you're watching, make sure that you hit the thumbs up, like the video. Make sure that you subscribe. We are very close to our goal of 500 subscribers. Once we hit 500, I'm giving away 6 free readings. So just in the comments, if you've commented, I take your name and put it in the drawing. And once we get to 500, I'm going to go ahead and do the little spin the wheel. And I'm giving away 6 free readings. Okay. So let's see, what else do we have? My phone's in the way. I'm trying to look at the comments. But... Okay, yeah. So we have Queen of Wands, and this is falling under balance, where I'm talking about this is more of like the emotional balance. And I'm really getting this when it comes to passion. Anything that you're kind of passionate about. Gung-ho is what I'm hearing, like anything that you're kind of gung-ho about. Yesterday, this feels a little bit like the energy from the other day, where it's like making sure that you're not just running in full speed or, you know, full steam ahead, making sure that you're balancing things out. Hi, Rick. Thank you. Thank you for being here. So just kind of, some people are needing to kind of slow down. I feel like a lot of you have kind of healed a lot of that energy of feeling like, you know, I'm hearing it's my money and I need it now. So, and that kind of feels like that's how some of us have felt when it comes to like loving relationships, right? But putting an end to rushing in towards, you know, just trying to speed up a relationship. And for some of you guys, this could have something to do with like work or business as well, but just kind of slowing things down. I'm hearing slow and steady wins the race. Ooh. Okay, yeah, we have 5 of Wands. And this is, I'm taking note, like I'm not feeling that this is competition. This is just flat out fighting. It's kind of like, well, I mean, again, I've talked about people coming in and trying to push your buttons and you having to stay emotionally balanced. I'm hearing got to be starting something. Some people are just going to come because they don't really have anything better to do and they just want to be starting stuff, right? And so I feel like a lot of you guys have healed enough to the point to where you don't let that get to you, because you have to know that that's just something that's going to distract you, delay you from your actual path, right? Yeah, we have the Queen of Pentacles under, and that's funny, it's falling under this rejection. Yeah. So there's something about rejection, or, you know, feeling rejected by someone or something. And whatever you've had to heal from, using that to create something, to build something. With this little rabbit here, it's like this is that, you know, it's kind of like something with fertility. And it feels like you're going to use whatever this is, or you're being asked to use whatever this is to I'm hearing something about like to get a bag, right? You're going to use this to make more money, and it's going to lead to you celebrating in the end. At the top was Hierophant, which, you know, that's sometimes about like organizations or structures or traditions. And it's like you are doing something in a different way. You're building something, creating something, fixing something. You're just doing something different from how things are traditionally done. And that's going to lead to some type of wealth and abundance for some of you guys. We have Wheel of Fortune. We have this Ace of Cups. And then the Four of Wands went ahead and it came out. I'm hearing, I'm turning the wheel. If you've been feeling like things have just been kind of flipped upside down, feeling like, you know, things have just not been in your favor, I'm getting this sense of like this wheel has turned, or it's being turned, and you're about to be like, you're about to have this new beginning in love, or something that you're like, something, it could be love or something that you love. But whatever it is going to definitely lead to some type of celebration for you. And it all is going to come, like it has something to do with, part of it is some of you guys have been rejected, and you are using that, like you're using the lessons that you've learned to your benefit. And for others, this is like, this is coming after some major rejection. I'm actually hearing betrayal. This comes after some major betrayal that you may have experienced, and you might be currently like picking up the pieces, or, you know, you're almost done, but not quite, right? Let's see what that is. Yeah, we have the Six of Pentacles. I said earlier, like there's something where someone is trying to, it feels like someone's going to be saying something about things are not fair, or they're going to feel like something is not fair. Some people might say, you know, that maybe you're not putting in enough effort, or the same amount of effort. With that, with it being under the gossip, it's kind of like some people may, like the rumor may be that like you want something for nothing, or, you know, something like that. But really it was, you know, this is a result of like you were previously over giving in a situation, and you have balanced things out. And that's what they're not going to share. That's what they're not going to say. You had to cut something out. And at the bottom, we have the Empress. And at the top, it's the Queen of Cups. It's like the Empress and the Queen of Cups. It's like, again, you were just overly nurturing other people. You were nurturing relationships way too much. Like you were putting in too much with your relationships, or at work, or something like that. And with that King of Swords, you have learned how to balance that out and cut out all of the extra. You've put an end to that. When I split the deck, we have the death. You've put an end to that. And so it's kind of like people might be telling partial truths. They might be telling part of the story, but not the full story. Hi, Jamie. But it doesn't matter what people are saying. Your guidance is to just keep moving forward. Okay. I'm hearing places to go. Some of you guys have places to go, things to do, right? Okay. The card that we have two cards that came out that say one says consume less sugar, and this is falling under the balance. So some of you guys, there's something with your diets needing to kind of rein in your diets. Should like this excess of sugar is doing something for some of you guys. It just doesn't, like if you're having trouble, like you're working on something and you're getting like really tired at I'm hearing like at the darndest times or something like that. It has to do with like something with sugars, like a lot of additional sugar. But I'm also, when I saw that, I was also hearing something about BS. So it also feels like people coming in with their sweet words, right? And they're trying to manipulate. Like earlier, I talked about some people wanting to manipulate you because that's what they're used to doing. They're used to manipulating you into doing what it is that they want you to do. And it's like you're being called to just kind of cut a lot of that out, right? So you're not listening to people's syrupy, sweet words. You're wanting to see what they're doing. Like you're wanting to see their actual actions and making sure that those are matching, that they are aligned. We have positive attitude that also came out, and this is under balance. I'm just kind of being guided to look at the faces here on that card, and you know, they all look a little bit grumpy, right? So there's something to do with, you know, making sure that you're balancing out your thoughts and your actions. If there's anything that you're kind of feeling really negative about, like you're being guided to kind of change your thinking, and, you know, then the actions will follow, and it's like you're going to see things, you know, manifest in your favor, but you have to make those changes. There has to be some type of balance. So it might be that someone is thinking a little bit too much, like in the negative. Yeah. We have rejection, too much caffeine. And for this one, so I really feel like someone is needing to do something with their diet. Seriously. So we have the consume less sugar and we have the too much caffeine. And it's under rejection for the too much caffeine. For some of you guys, if you're starting to have some type of like digestive issues and you consume a lot of caffeine, that would be why. So you need to kind of, I'm getting the sense of like someone tapering off or tapering down the amount that they're consuming. But and it's also with that anxiety and hostilities. It's just knocking there's something that's knocking someone off balance. I'm hearing from that Lean on Me where he says it kills your brain cells, boy, it kills your brain cells. And then under this gossip, it's we have start a business. And so we already talked about like if you have felt some type of rejection or after some type of rejection, some of you guys are going to turn that into like something where you're making money. And so rather than focusing on what the people say or what someone does or someone rejecting you, some of you guys know that all of that energy, you're meant to kind of channel that energy and put it towards building something else, into building a business. Some of you guys have already been thinking about starting a business and you just need to go ahead and get started with that. Yeah. I looked at the bottom and we have procrastination. So some of you guys have been kind of procrastinating, possibly because you're feeling like, you know, some of you guys may be feeling like just, you know, needing some type of confidence boost or something like that, feeling like maybe it's not going to work out or that, you know, you don't deserve a business or something like that. Like, no, there's something like you deserve that and so much more. So you're going to have a lucrative business, but you have to actually start it. You have to start that thing and you have to believe in yourself. And you might have some naysayers with this falling under the gossip. You might have people kind of talking about you and saying, like maybe that you should be doing something else. But if you are feeling guided to starting a business or doing something more creative, that's because that's what you're meant to do. And so you should just go ahead and get started on that. So I think that was everything. Yeah, so those are the messages that we have for you, Cancer, for the actual just collective reading. So if you have any questions and you would like to participate. Oh, hi, Pam. I'm sorry I didn't see you come in. Let me grab my phone. If you have any questions that you want to participate in the yes, no intuitive reading, you can go ahead and start putting your questions in the chat, and then we'll go ahead and we will check out. Let's see. Oh shoot! Well, I dropped that card. Remember, you guys, make sure that they are yes, no questions. Something that is like for your benefit, that's going to help improve your life, because this is a level up your life series. And make sure that you hit the thumbs up and that you have subscribed to the channel. Once we get to 500 subscribers, I'm giving away 6 free readings. Okay, will I get financial help soon? Have you asked a question similar to that, Pam? Let me see. I'm hearing something about closed mouths don't get fed. So I don't know what type of, if you've like asked someone for some type of assistance or if you've applied for some assistance. I'm getting a yes. I heard something about financial relief. Something about relief. Yes, trying to work out somehow. Oh, okay. Let me see if I hear anything else. So the answer was yes. This one, hold on. Okay. I'm guided to this deck. I'm going to see what kind of messages come out of this one related to your question. So let's see. Okay, so which one is it? The card that came out is Key on a Ring. And I'm going to show it to you. And what I'm guided to is many options. So Yeah. So it feels like once it comes through, I mean, I don't know how that works, but it feels like you'll have like a lot of options to choose from. So I don't know, I guess if they like let you pick out, like you just kind of go and look for the house that you want and they help with that, or but it says many options. What else? What does that mean? I don't know if things are kind of being finalized with like setting a date or something. At the bottom is the card seduction, but what I was guided to, it says hooking up and date. So I don't know if there's some type of date, like things are being set up in a date or some type of specific date is about to be set or something like that. At the top is hammer, and I'm guided to where it says, which one is it? Okay, so with the hammer, it's working on it. So there's something that's like someone is working on something behind the scenes. Okay, so yeah, you're welcome, Pam. Does anyone else have any questions? Okay, it looks like that's all that we have. So we're going to go ahead and end it there. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that the messages were helpful. Again, make sure that you thumbs up the video and that you subscribe. Once we get to 500 subscribers, I'm giving away 6 free readings. Hi, KCM. How are you? 6 free readings, and you do not want to miss out. They're full readings. They're not little mini reads. So, yeah. I'm stalling just a little bit to see if anyone has a last minute question. But if not, that's okay. We still have, we're on day 28. So yeah, we have a couple more days left for this 30-day series where you're able to ask me a free yes, no question. Okay, let me see. You might, I'm going to ask the question as it is. One thing that I tell people about like yes, no questions, you have to be very specific because with the way that you have that worded, if you don't pay your tickets 10 years from now and you get pulled over, for a traffic violation, like you could go to jail like 10 years from now. So you have to kind of be very specific with those types of questions. That's kind of broad. I'm getting a no. Oh, wow. I'm so sorry to hear that. But the answer that I got was no. Let me see if I need to pull a card for you. This one. I heard something about something's not adding up or something. Oh, wow. Yeah, there's something about Seven of Swords. So this is like someone sneaking, like trying to take something. At the bottom, we have Eight of Pentacles. So it's like someone is working on, somebody's working on something with some money, but this is like a creative project. Hmm. Be careful, KCM. I am very big on, like, we are very mindful of the words that we speak. So I know people talk about that, but um, my stance is like essentially what you're saying, what you're speaking, what you're writing, what you're typing is what you're manifesting, right? So if that were true, like you're making it true, right? You're kind of manifesting that into your existence every time that you think that, every time that you say that, every time that you write that. So just kind of be careful with what you're saying. Right. So I feel like always make sure that you're following up with something like that, that last statement, but I still feel like kind of minimize that. Like you don't want to make that a major part of your existence, your reality. Okay. I don't know what this is, but it kind of just feels like someone who is trying to come up with some creative way to take something from someone who has a big heart, someone that's like a very caring person. Um, and I'm hearing something like, and I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for those pesky kids. So whatever it is, I don't feel like someone's gonna get away with it. So I wouldn't even worry about that. Okay, good. Okay, Jay. Okay. Will I be successful in May with my New York position? Okay. Congratulations on your position, Jay. And so again, I'm really big on words, Jay. So whatever you say is exactly what is going to be. Like you don't want to have any doubt in that. So if you when you say will I be successful, that kind of puts a little splash of doubt in there as if you don't think that you will. So I would challenge you to kind of let those thoughts kind of pass and speak up how you're going to be successful or how you are successful, like in whatever whatever you do. Hi, Dark Fairy. So let me go ahead and ask the question though. Okay, so you don't have it. You're wanting to know if you're going to get it. Is that what the question is? My tongue is really tingling. So there's something about, I'm hearing something like if thank you, KCM. Okay. You just, okay. Thank you for clarifying. Okay, I'm getting a yes for that. Let me see if there's something to pull, like a card to pull on that. there's something about, input output, right? So whatever you're putting in, like you're going to see, if you're asking if you're going to see like fruits of your labor, right? You know, it's about your input and your output. So if you are making sure that you're not just kind of meeting the expectations but exceeding them, yeah, you're definitely going to be like successful. It's going to be noticed. I'm hearing duly noted. Yeah, and I think that's why, like, you have to be like a really powerful manifester, because like I said, there was something like I was feeling a tingling on my tongue. So just really be careful with what you're saying, Jay. Be really careful with what you say. And we're human, so like even if you kind of say something that doesn't really align with what you want, you can always kind of clean it up, right? As quickly as possible, like just kind of clean up that thought. But there's something about yeah, just be mindful of your words. Yeah, like my tongue, like it's not just tingling, like it's starting to hurt. Like whatever you speak, I don't know if that's something that you have noticed, like when you speak something, it kind of manifests pretty quickly, whether you want it or not, whether you kind of meant what you said or not. Yeah, I don't know if you journal. I don't know if you journal, Jay, but that might be a good way to kind of empty some of your thoughts. So, and just kind of like, I've talked about it before, but it's like where you do like a brain dump, you're writing, and then you like crumble it up and burn it. Um, yeah. So that those thoughts are not like swimming around in your head, so that you don't, speak them, so that you're not saying them. Hi, Jacqueline. Okay, let me see. I think I have one. Let me see. Thank you, Dark Fairy. Okay, KCM, even be careful with saying things like that about like being tested, because like the universe doesn't really, like sometimes well, the universe kind of takes that stuff literal. So when you're saying that you're being tested, it's kind of like the same thing as telling the universe that you want to be tested, right? So if you find that you're saying that I'm being tested and you keep having like obstacles and challenges, you're actually like, that's again, you're manifesting that, you're speaking that into existence. Okay, Jacqueline says, when will I be moving? I hope I didn't miss anyone, but Jacqueline, I see yours. Thank you, Grace. Good night. And Jacqueline, they should be yes, no questions, but I'll try to see what I can get. Okay. Thank you, Jacqueline. Okay. So before you had put, will I be moving soon? I had already kind of asked if you would be, when you'll be moving. And I got that it'll be within a year. So when I asked, will you be moving soon? The answer was no. So it may take you up to a year. I'm kind of getting like, have you started like a process of like, I don't know, applying for, like looking at houses or apartments, or like, have you started that process? Like, what have you done to um, ensure, that you'll be moving? What have you done? Have you started looking at places, or what have you done? Okay. So are you not seeing any that you just kind of like? Is that what it is? Okay. I see you, Dark Fairy. Okay. To speed up this process. Is there like I almost feel like, is there not like a anyone that you can talk to that can kind of help guide you with, like what is it that they're looking for, as far as like, why do they keep turning it down, like your options, or like, is there like not any type of assistance? Right. That's what I'm saying, like there's no group or anything to help you with, how to navigate the system. Or is there a way that you can talk to the worker and just ask them like, hey, what are you looking for? Like, what, why is it being turned down? Or like, what do I need to do different to speed up this process? Or, like you may want to actually have, I was about to, I was about to say, you need to have a conversation with the worker, and what popped out was, not today, avoiding conversations is what that says. So sometimes, okay, sometimes people just like, they have kind of, I hate to say it, and I don't know this person, but sometimes people have their own kind of prejudices or whatever, and they make their own assumptions. So this person may be assuming that you know more, or something like that, and it's like there just needs to be like, is there not a way that you can actually set an appointment to see this person and talk to them face to face? You know what I mean? Like, there might be some type of misunderstanding or something, by you not doing the communicating. See if your daughter can set up an actual, like, I don't know, like a phone call, a phone conference, or like an actual office visit, something like that. Because, Okay. Yeah, I don't know what that. Yeah. So, because the question that I was asking was about how to speed that process up for you. Because what I was getting was like essentially it may take up to a year. So to speed up that process, like something's gonna have to give to where you're actually having a conversation with your worker, because something is not, there's something like with a miscommunication or something. Apartment, but it was turned down, and my daughter. Your daughter's in Brazil? Okay. So I'm still not getting like what, like is there like a common theme as to why they're being rejected? Because if she's rejecting them and they're, are they all the same reason or are they different reasons? Like there's something that, and you don't have to like share your personal business. I'm only asking you the questions. Oh, your daughter, yeah. So, and I'm only asking those questions so that, like, maybe there's something that you can look at to see, like, what is it that this person is looking for so that you can, not have to risk getting rejected with the next department that you pick out. So, there's just some type of disconnect, there's some type of misunderstanding. But I'm getting that, it'll be resolved within a year. But that's, that's quite a while considering that you already have approval. She's saying that the apartments don't qualify. Like, are you asking the people at the apartments if they, like, or even speaking with the people at the apartment complex that you're looking at to make sure that they qualify? And I don't know how the process works either, but like the people in the office should know whether or not their apartments qualify or don't qualify. Okay, Jay, yeah. Do definitely do the brain dump. You're welcome, Jay. You're welcome, Jacqueline. Oh, Dark Fairy, yes. Will we end up moving into a house with someone else when we move out of here? That's kind of confused. Like, are you. I'm getting a yes for that, Dark Fairy. So I don't know exactly, like, what that is about. Like, if you're waiting on a particular house or apartment or something. But the answer that I got was yes. You're welcome. Okay, does anyone else have any questions before we say goodnight? Before I bid you adieu? No hay preguntas, no questions. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm supposed to be like today. I got on at 9 o'clock. I think I was late. I'm supposed to be on at like 8:30. This is part of like a 30-day series, which it ends on Friday. The 30-day series is like about leveling up your life. So I do like a collective reading, and then I answer questions for people, anyone that has a question, a yes no question for free. And so that ends on Friday. So after that, I'll still be doing lives, but I won't be necessarily taking the questions until, I'm guided to do that again. So that was just something that I was guided to do. So I think it's part of like giving back, sharing my gifts or whatever. So definitely Monday through Fridays, I do 8:30 Central Standard Time. Yeah, Central. So what is that? 1 hour behind Eastern. You're welcome, Dark Fairy. Thank you for being here. Alrighty, it looks like we don't have any more questions. So if you did not get a question, you are feeling a little shy from asking a question and you want to ask a question tomorrow, I will be back. Okay, thank you, Jacqueline. I can't wait. I appreciate you being here. So I will be back tomorrow. So if you have a question, please feel free to ask that tomorrow. So again, make sure that you hit that thumbs up, that you subscribe. Once we get to 500 subscribers, I am giving away 6 free readings, 6 readings. Okay. So thank you all. I love you so, so much and have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye now.